What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another Prize Picks NBA player props video, coming off a video last time out where we went 4-0, rocking with the Donovan Mitchell fantasy score, Scotty Barnes fantasy score, Shea Gilgeous, and De'Aaron Fox. Broke those four down on that beautiful slate we had. I forget how many games it was. I think it was like 12 games or something like that, but four props that I really did like. I typically give out two props on the channels for you guys. Gonna try to ramp it up to four when I can, when the slate's good enough. A little bit of a change I'll be making in the content. Always trying to provide more value to you guys as soon as I can. But we are on a 4-0 run. Means we're hitting at above a 65% hit rate. For those of you that are new to the channel, anytime that you see that there is a run in the title of the video, means that we're hitting at above a 65% hit rate, because if I'm providing two picks every single day to you guys, minimal, if we hit at that 65% hit rate or higher, you're going to be getting a really solid return on investment. As you can see, if I were doing like all four-man powers every day, that would be a 79% return on investment at that hit rate. But regardless, if you're hitting at your picks 65% hit rate or higher, no matter what entry type you're putting in on Prizepicks, you're going to be making a lot of money. I would advise you do 5- and 6-man flexes as much as you can, because those are going to be optimal long term. That's what I teach over in the VIP. This was the last one that I hit since the last video. We 10x because Joel Embiid was a DNP, unfortunately. So could have been a blessing, could have been a curse. Not sure, of course, with the DNPs yesterday in the NFL. We had a bunch of reboots. That was crazy. We had 4 double-ups with a reboot in it in the NFL yesterday, which was insane. But obviously, 5- and 6-man flexes are going to profit the most long term. If you're looking to get access to every single one of my tickets as soon as I place them, all sports, all apps, the VIP member package is going to be where it's at, guys. That's going to give you access to my Discord. Tons of different features in there. We had a ton of winners this weekend. Some quick shout-outs. 09 Who Dat with a nice 125 win here. R Scales with 5 and a 125 NFL action. We had Cash Out, once again, cashing in with some 6-mans. Tommy S with a 4-man power, 14 into 140. And the list goes on and on. Rick Dog 9. I try to give shout outs as much as I can, but obviously I want to get into the picks as well for you guys. Cashing in. Not only do you get access to my Prizepicks picks, though, guys, just keep in mind you get access to every single app. Last one that I hit on Underdog. Underdog's great for 3-mans because you 6x your money. Nice $1,500 win here with the Michael Beasley, Giannis, De'Aaron Fox. A lot of times you can get lines over on Underdog or these other apps that you can't get on Prizepicks, where like the lines are bumped. Beasley, Giannis, and I think all 3 of these plays were bumped on Prizepicks, but not on Underdog with this one, which is something you're going to see a lot from me if you join the premium. Finding the best value. You don't have to just play on one app. Prizepicks is a phenomenal app. Obviously, love playing over here. If you haven't signed up, you can sign up today and use the promo code KJK DFS when you receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100. You will receive if you use that promo code. KJK DFS, if you put in 50, they're going to give you 50 back. If you put in 100, they're going to give you 100 back. You have 200 total. So sign up today if you haven't, and let's talk about the picks. So we'll go game by game. We have a 2-gamer today, but it's a really solid one because we have the NBA in-season tournament going on. 2 really great game environments, so we will discuss it. And I'm going to give you 2 picks from the late game because I really do like this game environment. It's a 236.5 over under 3.5 point spread in favor of the Sacramento Kings. So it's expected to stay close, and it is expected to fly. You look at the pace for these 2 teams. The Sacramento Kings come in as the 8th fastest pace team in the entire league with a 100.86 pace metric. The Pels come in with a 100.48 pace metric, putting them at the number 12 spot. So we have 2 top 12 teams in pace, which is obviously great for the game environment as far as when we're targeting overs. And I do have 2 overs that I like in this one for you guys today. First one's going to be Mr. Jonas Valanciunas. Guy's an absolute fantasy point per minute beast. We look at his fantasy point per minute production on the entire season. He's putting up 1.23 fantasy points per minute, and his minutes have been trending in a really good direction here. So you always want to pay attention to NBA rotations because the minutes can be all over the place. Some guys might earn more minutes. Some guys might be on the decline. Some guys might be getting more. Jonas Valanciunas is a great example of guys. His minutes are trending upwards, which is fantastic. You look at some of his games in the early season here, like November 6th through November 12th. He's only playing like 22, 24, 22, 21 minutes. Look at his last 4 games, 27th, 29th, the 1st, and the 2nd. He's played 30-plus minutes in each one of these games, 30, 32, 31, and 36 respectively. So JV's starting to earn some more minutes in the rotation, which is a really big deal, obviously, because when you have a guy that's putting up 1.23 fantasy points per minute, that's over a fantasy point per minute, and he's playing 30-plus minutes, he's obviously going to score most likely into the mid-30s in fantasy points. And Prizepicks does not have his line set accordingly. You look at where Prizepicks has his fantasy score prop set over here today. You can see they have JV set at 29.5. Now, obviously, with everything that we just went over, this line's too low. He's averaging 32.7 over his last 5. He's going to play that amount of minutes in the fantasy point production that he's putting up. He's obviously going to score more than what they have him set at here. So we want to be targeting this, taking advantage with the minutes going up. Taking on the Sacramento Kings, by the way, which is one of the best matchups for centers. They've been giving up a ton of fantasy points to opposing centers. But you see how he's getting the production done. 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 15 points, 24, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 1 assist, 12 rebounds, 19 points. 6 and 3 in this one, 14, 1, 2, and 13. So he's a pretty great passing big as well. He can get you those assists. You can score, he's going to rebound, and then those blocks and steals are a nice little bonus for us. But like I said, it's a combination of where the minutes are trending and his fantasy point production. It simply makes no sense for him to be priced where he is, considering these things. If he's going to be playing 30-plus minutes, once again, fantasy point, I mean, this is simple math, but you can calculate, you know, 1.23 fantasy points per minute. If he's going to play 30, that's more than 30, you know. And look where his line's set, 29.5. Talked about the game environment as well, which is just obviously going to make it so that there's a good chance he has a ceiling game. He's got the ability to score a lot more than in the mid-30s. We're just talking from a base projection. And as far as my latest projection on him, once again, from that base projection, I do have him projected in the mid-30s. Sacramento is giving up over 35 fantasy points per game to center starters. They're giving up over 10 rebounds per game. And once again, Jonas Valanciunas was only playing in the mid-20s. He's now playing in the 30s. A lot of good things trending in the right direction here for Jonas Valanciunas to crush this prop here for us tonight. For pick number 1, we'll be rocking with the over 29.5 fantasy score here for Jonas Valanciunas. I think I broke it down pretty clearly. It's a combination of minutes, fantasy point production, the pace of the game, the matchup. These are all fantastic things for JV to crush where this line's set. And then pick number 2, we're going to stick right in this game. And a guy I've been talking about, it seems like in every video, but for good reason. Just talked about him last time. He was the thumbnail boy in the last video. And that's going to be De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox has been absolutely crushing. It's a very similar story here with him. In the same game environment, they have a 120 implied total. You look at Fox's fantasy point production on the season. I mean, the guy has just been getting the job done in a very impressive way. His usage rate's through the roof. Leads all point guards in the entire slate with a 31% usage rate. He's putting up 1.38 fantasy points per minute in the Prizepicks fantasy scoring format. And once again, his minutes are trending in a great direction. De'Aaron Fox, you look at some of his early season games, it's looking, you know, we're some mid-30s, some lower 30s in minutes here, upper 20s. However, lately, 38, 37, 40, 38, 38. So he's playing in the upper 30s, if not into the 40s. These are big games tonight, guys, with it being NBA in-season tournament games. You know, they're looking to create that little bit of a playoff atmosphere in the early season, is the NBA with this new feature. And Fox should be able to continue to play those amount of minutes. And if he does at the current fantasy point production, he's going to crush his prop once again. I continue to have this guy projected in the upper 40s, if not into the 50s. Prizepicks continues to have him priced in the mid-40s to low 40s. So it's just a matter of a misprice. I continue to play him. He continues to cash. Don't need to change it up, especially, like I said, in this kind of a game environment. We talked about the pace, 2 top 12 pace teams. And then he's literally top 6 in the NBA in minutes per game. He's playing 36.3 minutes per game. Years past, that hasn't been the case with De'Aaron Fox. They've been limiting his minutes. He's been coming off the bench. They have a little bit of a different kind of rotation with Fox, oftentimes where he plays shorter stretches of minutes. But regardless, now that we're starting to see those minutes creep up all the way into upper 30s, if not into the 40s, we got to take advantage of where this line's set up on Prizepicks while we can, because I don't think he's going to be a guy that's, you know, mid to lower 40s for long. I'm expecting him to kind of creep up more where we're seeing like a Jason Tatum or a Tyrese Halliburton, where these guys are priced up right around that 50 mark. Fox should be priced up there. He hasn't yet been. And continue to take advantage while you can, because like I said, don't see this continuing to last for us forever. A guy that's producing at this high of a rate, that's playing, you know, 37, 38, 40, 38, 38 minutes per game, he's putting up ridiculous numbers. 26 points, 3 steals, 1 block, 16 assists, 4 rebounds, 40 points, 1 block, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, 29 points, 2 steals, 7 assists, 9 rebounds. So he's a great rebounding guard. He's going to dish out those dimes naturally being at the point guard position. And even when he doesn't have the best game from a distribution aspect or a rebounding aspect, he can shoot the lights out with the ball, and he's been racking up quite a bit of blocks and steals and peripheral stats, which go a long way in the Prizepicks fantasy scoring format. For those of you that don't know kind of how this works, I've broken it down before, but maybe new to the channel, you may not know. You get 1 point for every point, 1.2 for every rebound, 1.5 for every assist, 3 points for those blocks and steals. So I always touch on how those can go a really long way in producing fantasy points. If you got a guy that's getting a lot of peripheral stats, the blocks and steals, maybe it's a center that gets a lot of blocks, maybe it's a guard such as a De'Aaron Fox, who's more of a steals guy, can certainly help you hit the over even when they don't have the greatest of games in the other categories. So you want to obviously be targeting players that are contributing in every single one of these categories as much as possible. And Fox has been that guy, man. He's the definition of producing every single way he can. You can see he's cleared this in 4 of the last 5. He's averaging 54 over the last 5. It makes perfect sense to me. The permanent production and the increase in minutes is what's leading to it. Just everything matches up here. 31% usage rate, 1.38 fantasy points per minute. And then you look at his minutes per game on the season, 36. Now he's creeping up there, 38, 40, like I talked about. So it's getting even better for Fox. And lastly, like I always do, I just kind of like to fill you guys in on where I am projected for. I got him in the upper 40s, so he's in the mid to lower 40s still. Got him in the upper 40s. He's got a ceiling of 60 plus, so he can go out there and get even more than that. This type of game environment, I think he absolutely crushes here again. A play that I promoted last time on the channel. I'm going to continue to go to him. De'Aaron Fox over 44 fantasy score for pick number 2, and that will be my 2 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks in the NBA tonight, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. Let's try to get this thing up over 100 likes. If you would like to comment down below, that would be awesome as well. It does help with the engagement of the videos, and I'm always posting updates on the community page as well. If you have any suggestions for the content, feel free to. And then, I'm always posting on the community page some sweeps in the VIP, as well as, when we're able to cash in on the channel. You can do all sorts of different things with votes and all that fun stuff on there. So always looking for new ideas. If you have any, let me know. But for now, let's keep this winning streak going. Let's keep this winning percentage up. Let's get another 2-0 night tonight. Wishing you all the best of luck on your Prizepicks NBA player props, and we will see you in the next one.